I'm seeing 20/20 visions. Daily manifesting on my premonitions. Best to keep it neutral, got my own religion. The brainwash, gotta make your own decision. My word is James Bond, I stay on the mission. Coming for the top position, ain't no competition, man. Pull up in the top, it's missing, the opposition in. All that lane switching, this is what the game is. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial, do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial, do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know.
This ain't nothing for the pack. Got 16 sitting in the lag. Whole squad all dressing all black. Every single last one of them got my back. Hey, 20 of us, that's 20 goons in them. Ice cream whip, triple scoop. I got 3 strikes.
We are just a stone's throw away from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as we get set for football at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Chicago Bears and the Cleveland Browns. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys. Hey, Charlie. 58, boys. 58. 58, Mike. I'm going to run you over. I'm going to... 61, matchbox lights.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
Here we go. Hey, Alpha. Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 10.
2nd and 10. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Ready.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive.
You can't block me.
Now. They'll look to throw here. And he's got the hook up to Landry. That's good for a Cleveland 1st down, an 11-yard pickup.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, a sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion.
Come on, set. 18 Gator. Check 53's Mike. All day, baby, all day. Get it.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Landry. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Call that a very strong gain of 24. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
The linebacker, Ryan Shazier, there to make the tackle.
A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's 2nd and 8. Caught by the tight end, Ertz. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
First drive of the game. We did see this in practice, didn't we? Because they allowed us to stay and watch and see what their opening script would be, even though we don't know the exact play calls. That looks a lot like what we saw them execute, doesn't it?
It really does. And in practice, it wasn't about a lot of big shots on that opening drive. They wanted to put together a series of plays, sustain it. They've done that. The defense now on their heels a little.
That they are. And you know what else is happening now? They're gaining information. They're gaining knowledge about how the defense is planning on playing them. So not only are they being successful on this drive, they're filing things away for future drives in this game.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. And their inaugural sack of the game coming from an unlikely source.
You mean it wasn't a linebacker? It wasn't a defensive end?
It was somebody like you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's a surprise for the offense. That's not what they normally get when they think about pressure.
Ready?
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Chances are good he's going to be a very busy guy. 2 catches already in this opening drive, and they were looking his way for a 3rd.
I think they put this defense on notice that could be a really, really frequent combination. Seibert able to knock this one through. And the Browns are out to a 3-0 lead. Able to move the ball on that drive. Yes, just 3 points, but 4 first downs were in there.
Yeah, and you can look at it and feel pretty good about the whole thing and think, okay, this should continue throughout this ball game. On the flip side, if you're a defender, it's almost like, whew, we only gave up 3. They moved the ball on us pretty well.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Ready? 44. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. 36. 36. Hey. Check 26. Check 26. Free. Check 13. Check 13.
Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out. Because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game. And that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
16 yards. And the Bears first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They will run for the first time with David Montgomery. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
First down, Bears.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 49-yard line. On first down, they go right back to Cohen. Denzel Ward, the number 4 pick in the 2018 draft, making the tackle from his corner spot.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old-school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. Here's a 2nd and 7. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 17. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Now a deep ball going to be caught here near midfield. Odell Beckham Jr. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham, 82 yards. And the Browns are able to strike quickly for 6. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Raekwon McMillan coming in hard that time on the blitz, and he gets him down. It's a loss of 4.
It's 2nd down.
2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. 2nd and 14. And his pass incomplete. Denzel Ward right there in coverage to get the hand in.
Greedy Williams on the coverage.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Off play action. Newman going down the middle, and it's complete. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
A gain of 21 yards. 1st down, Chicago.
Come on,
That's the
baby.
end
Let's
of the
go.
first quarter. With the score, Browns 10, Bears 0.
Let's go, Abby.
Throwing on 1st down. Newman. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Myles Garrett make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
That's it, baby.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
I'd have to say that whenever you see a good post route run, they do not like to let it end without the catch. Hence, that great diving play.
Yeah, lay it up there, let him go get it, and he got it. On 1st down, Newman. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit.
The 32-yard line.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard. They'll run on second down with Cohen. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on second down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
Now, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. They'll try to run for it with Cohen. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A good pickup, 17 yards and a bare first down.
That's how you get right up off of the mat, because on the last play, they stoned him in the backfield and dropped him for a loss. But he's the type of guy that scared me a little bit because he's not daunted. Just got right back up, showed some confidence, and picked up a first down with his very next run.
I got one. 44 is Mike. 44 is Mike. Check. Coming to you. 44, Mike, 48. Coming. Will. He's coming. Double up.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And a quick throw here. That's complete. Back-to-back nice plays. 12 yards that time and a first down.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Check. Tighten up.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting.
And he's got his man. That's Robinson. Touchdown, Bears. Allen Robinson. His first touchdown on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Oh, I was just about to say he had missed an extra point all season, but there it is, his first miss, no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. The Browns drive about to get started. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, we'll see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought that.
Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. So the first interception of his career under center, and you knew it was going to happen sooner or later.
It has to. And I know he feels like the world is just tumbling down at this moment, but there's got to be some veteran somewhere, some mentor that's going to tell him, hang in there, my man. Plenty more to come. Keep firing.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
And he's heating up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
And he's got his man. That's Robinson. Touchdown, Bears. Allen Robinson with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Bears have taken the lead. And oh, it's no good. For the 2nd time now in this first half, he's missed an extra point. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now in this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multi-tap.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it, and they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They'll start things on first with Torrey Cohen. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
To throw on second down, Newman. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
Yeah, going deep in the playbook and a great grab on the other end.
Mike Bobo.
On 1st and 10, Newman. He's got the first down here inside the 30. But he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first. This quarterback now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's first down. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. On second down now. It's Cohen, and he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. First down, a run with Cohen. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Tariq Cohen, his 5th touchdown now on the year. As the Bears push further out in front. Point after, right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Get it.
He'll look to throw. And finding the tight end Hooper. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Back to throw. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. Tariq Cohen is deep for the Bears. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. This will be fielded at the 17. So we reach halftime with the visiting Bears out on top here as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
See if they do just that. They try again with Cohen. It's a gain of 6, moves them to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Come on out here. Come get some. Come get some.
On 3rd and 2, Newman. And he finds Jimmy Graham. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 43. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 43. Now they'll run it with Cohen. And some good tackling there as he's stopped up at about the 41. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Go. Go.
Back to throw. Newman. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 20. And he will take it across midfield and down to the 45. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. Trying to get it to Landry there.
All right, Brandon. Normally when you hear about guys making 2 interceptions in the game, you're thinking must be a free safety, maybe a corner. How about getting 2 picks out of one of your linebackers? Again, he's just in the right place at the right time. And that's another great play to come away with the football.
And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Again, it's Cohen. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Flush to his right. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first.
First down, Bears.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Stepping up, he'll try and run. 14 yards into Chicago, first down.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it, but it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. A carry for the fullback. This is Mike Burton. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Mike Burton. His 2nd touchdown on the season as the Bears push further out in front. Still plenty of time left in the game. They're now starting to pull away a little bit, get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, the second half, no matter what, those first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever, this was a big score to start the second half.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because his confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
That's good.
This quarterback now just 6 of 15 through the air. Not good, but 1st and 10 here. They'll go with Hill here on 1st down. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the Bears' 49-yard line.
Set. 18 Gator. Mike. Bring it. Ready.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Khalil Mack in there for the sack, and it's an important one from a personal standpoint, as that is sack number 100 in what has certainly been a terrific career to this point. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. He'll look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at about the 31.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll start with a give to Cohen. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter with the score Bears 27, Browns 10.
Come, baby. Come on. Watch the shit.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Newman. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 39. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. So they get the takeaway, but that's just step one. They still have a lot of work to do.
But they don't want to focus on that now. Now it's about getting the ball in the end zone and hoping they can take it away again.
Yeah, still 3-score game, though, fourth quarter. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ryan Shazier got in that time, the first-round pick of 2014.
Well, that was an interesting little chess match there because the offense went empty set. No running backs in the backfield, so they're trying to get people out into a route pretty quickly. But guess what? The defense sees that. They go ahead and move themselves into a blitzing situation and come right after the quarterback. They had more guys there than they could block.
Safety's creeping.
They'll drop to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Pretty nice gain on the scramble. Gets him 12 yards. I thought they were going to sack him there like they did on first down. Great coverage, but he found a way to move with his legs.
Yeah, his ability to take off. Not only did he get some yardage back, he got a little bit extra. Really helps him on third down. Makes it manageable now.
And it's complete. Hooper. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Austin Hooper, his first touchdown on the year. And the Browns make some inroads here on that deficit. They go for just one here as it's up and good. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, don't look now, but they've got a little bit of a battle on their hands again. Back to a 2-score game, the interception that led to a touchdown. You'd have to think they're a little more careful here if they do indeed try to throw the football.
Yeah, and I was a little surprised by the last throw. You know, that type of throw with this type of a game, I'm going to be very careful about it. Maybe the only throw you make is maybe a toss to your halfback or something like that. Otherwise, take care of the thing and finish this bad boy off.
They'll keep it on the ground. Cohen. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They run. This is Cohen. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. That's a gain of 4 as we slip inside of 4 minutes left in regulation. The Bears on third down. No problems to this point. A perfect 5 for 5. This is 3rd and 4. Looking to throw. Newman found his target. It's Anderson. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. On 4th down, Newman. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Greedy Williams picks it off. And he's able to bring it up 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to do...
And my goodness, another interception. Eddie Jackson picks it. He was looking for Landry that time. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
At the 13-yard line.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. 2nd and 6. That escapes the sand. Able to get away. And the most curious way there to burn some clock. That was wild. And at the end of all that, it winds up a safety. All right, Charles, help me out here. 4th quarter, you've got the lead, and you run backwards into the end zone. You're just trying to do too much.
I almost don't have words for it. But, you know, every coach that we talk to talks about running backs or people running the football, running north-south, getting upfield. He went way in the opposite direction. And that's going to cost his team.
Yeah, it cost him big time. Still leading, but it costs him.
Hey, echo. Get it.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And this is picked up by the Bears. And down inside the red zone at the 19-yard line.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect him.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. This is Cohen, and he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Tariq Cohen with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Bears use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
You know, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now back to throw. He's going to let it fly. He's got him in. Complete. 27 yards there. A 1st down.
18 Raiders. 18 still.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Now a desperation throw deep. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off down at the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Cohen, and he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
No, bottled up fumble. It's It's out. It's loose. And this is picked up by the Browns. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
Let go.